Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Yeah, Boxing Day. Now, when I got up this morning, I was wondering, why do we call it Boxing Day? It turns out it isn't what I thought. Hey Google, why do we call today Boxing Day?
According to NBC Connecticut, Boxing Day originated as a day when servants, tradespeople, and the poor were given gifts, according to Britannica. The origin of the name has varied, with some believing it started when churches would leave alms boxes to collect donations for those less fortunate.
So it turns out it started out as a charity. And I guess they would put their donations in boxes, and it became known as Boxing Day. Okay, I thought it had to do with throwing out the boxes that you got your presents in on Christmas. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about it. I guess I never investigated it. Anyway, here's what's happened. Some of you may have seen the comment that went to the effect of, "You have glued that piece on the wrong way around." What was it? The G5? Yeah. So what I did here was I went ahead in the manual to step 10 because I wanted to see, is because I glued the G5 the wrong way around going to cause problems later on? Now, fortunately, it doesn't. But unfortunately, the G5 that I glued the wrong way around is going to be visible. It is for a number A here, and A is going to be facing us. So yeah, that was too bad, but it's not real serious, and nobody's going to notice except me. Every time I look at this area, I'm going to see that. You know how it goes, right? Anyway, let's continue on here. Let's get back to step number 5, and I don't know if there's a whole lot. Oh yeah, there is a lot more to do in 5. We've got some more very delicate little tubes to put on the other side of this thing. You know what? I should be recomposing here. Just let me get this out. And okay, cutting this notch in this foam and to hold this part worked really well. Let's get this the right way to the. You know what? You're way too far back. You can't see what's going on. Let me move you in here, and so you can see what I'm doing. And as far as the sunrise goes this morning, I don't think it's as nice as yesterday's. Yesterday's wasn't all that great, but we did eventually get to see where the sun came up. Yeah, it's that time of year. Sometimes it's good, but most of the time it's kind of not so good. But as I've said before, the days are getting longer. Yeah, pretty soon it'll be the 1st of May, and hopefully my new motorcycle will be sitting out there on the patio. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this. Okay, I'm still planning to do it. It's still on order. I haven't canceled the order or anything like that. So okay, let's recompose here and stop thinking about motorcycles. If I start thinking about it, I'm going to lose my train of thought and I won't know what I'm doing. I'm in step 5. Let's recompose here. Okay, now just in case there's somebody that didn't understand what I was talking about when I said I glued this on the wrong way, this is our G5 right here. You can see where this little pipe went into that little hole or dimple that was in this tube. Well, the G5 should have been out the other way so that it came out this way. But as I say, I don't think it's going to make any difference to the build further on, because nothing has to fasten onto it, as near as I can tell. Okay, so we are now right here, and I'll try and put this to the same orientation. All right, so we need to get 3 more pieces here. Z18 F13 and G34. Maybe this is where that viewer was talking about that they have you jumping all over the place looking at different sprues, because it would have been nice if all of these could have been on the same sprue, and I think that's probably what he was complaining about. And I can sort of understand that, although I'm not having any problem. It actually is good for me, because it makes me get up from the model table and go over to where my boxes are and find I have to get up 3 times instead of just once. Although, and to be honest with you, I'm probably going to grab the G, F, and Z sprue all at the same time, so maybe it's just one trip. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we need F13, which is this pipe right here. Now, until I got this sprue out, I thought I may as well get all 4 of them, because and I was expecting to see 4 number 13s. Well, as it turns out, they're not all the same. So I better not nip them all off at the same time here. So we do need the 13. I'll clean it up off camera later. Okay, there's our F13. Okay, there are 2 G34s. This one and this one are both the same. So I think we're probably safe to very carefully try and nip this off. And we'll just get them both at the same time here. Okay, yeah. Now, in all likelihood, I wouldn't have got the others mixed up either, but, it could be that there was just a very subtle difference between them, and, or I guess among them, and, well, you know how easily I can glue stuff on the wrong way, right? Okay, Z18, it's just a little guy here. Now, there are 6 18s. I'm just going to get the 1 right now. Now, you might remember a few episodes back I was mentioning how Scott, Aussie Trekkie, had lit up the radio equipment, the dials. And here in his recent update that just came out, he actually shows it quite clear. This is fantastic. You've got a real talent there for that kind of stuff, Scott. There's no way I can do that, that's for sure. But I'm going to try and light up parts of my sub. Yeah, that's really good. I take my hat off to you there.
The one lit up here, and there's some lit up there. Oh, there's also some on that side too.
Well, as you can see, the time has really gotten away on us here. But I was snipping the flashing off of these little parts here. But this one here, the F13, there's 2 things I wanted to show you on it. And the best way to show you is to put the macro lens back on again. But what I wanted, I came to a place here where I thought that this small chisel might really work. At least I'm going to try it. And when I was using it the other day, and I said something to the effect of I can see where there would be places where this chisel would be really good. Well, it was something exactly like this I was thinking of. So I'm just going to recompose here, and I'll show you those 2 things that I'm kind of concerned about here on this F13. Okay, let's recompose. Okay, the first thing that I wanted to show you is that when I was cleaning off the pieces of sprue on these things, I almost nipped this off right here. And that is actually supposed to stay there. I had my cutter on it. And then I thought, I better check the manual. Is that part of the hose or what? Anyway, all I need to do now is get this last one off. It's sort of in a bad location here because it's, if I'm gonna just try and do it on camera. I don't know if I can. The angle is just not quite right here. I think I basically got it. Yeah, it's getting my hands in the light, aren't I? Okay. Now, normally what will happen is when I try to, you can see where there's that little part on the top there that has to come off yet. And if I try to file that, I wonder if I could just grab it this way maybe. Not really. Where's my... Okay. This kind of works here, but this is not what I had in mind for it. Although it... Maybe the other one would be better. Or maybe the hobby knife just sort of get that off. Okay, but what I wanted to show you here was... where is it now? There was another spot. Get those out of the way. Right here. Alright. I nipped a piece off right here. I'll move in just a little bit closer here, and you can see, you'll be able to see. Well, oh, I just can't shut up, can I? Let me move in. Okay, where I had nipped this off, it was at sort of a bad location. It's sort of, see if I can hold this down without breaking it, because I got to put a little bit of pressure going on here. And you can see we've got this sort of little line, this little groove, you know, that I'm dragging the chisel in right now. Okay, well this is partly in that. I'm gonna try and not jab myself on my fingers. I know you're not supposed to cut towards yourself. Maybe if I went away. Is this gonna work or isn't it? Maybe, I realize that nobody's going to see this. Like I say, I don't want to jab myself either. And then I think I'd probably use one of Chris's files to go across the top right here. Where is that file? Now, gotta be really careful because I don't want to break off that pipe. I normally don't go to this much effort. Now this part on here, is this line, is that flashing or what? I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead here. Yeah, I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. But anyway, this chisel, if I can pick it up now. Yeah, good thing I can delete out the dead spots. Yeah, I thought that it might do really good to be able to get into a crack like this. I'm probably making it worse, aren't I? Okay, I think I'm going to just quit while I'm ahead here. Okay, here's what's happened. I broke the G5 loose, swung it around 180 degrees and glued it back on the right way. This part right here, I was putting it in one of Chris's alligator clips, and I was going to paint it the darker 335, and then I realized that where it's going to be glued, it's going to be part of a pipe network that is already the same color as most of the torpedo tube is now. So yeah, I'm not going to paint it, but I am going to nip it afterwards. And let's see, what am I going to do here? I think what I should do maybe is put it in place, because I think if I try and nip that connection off after it's glued in place, I'll probably break it loose. So maybe I should just have it, you know, loose right now. If it'll come loose, that is. Anyway, yeah, so that's the latest here. We're not making very good progress today, are we? Okay, I'm just doing a bit of a dry run here. I don't have any glue anywhere. But this is where that piece has to go. Like that. And I think maybe rather than putting the glue on the part, maybe I'm going to see if I can't just put a little bit on the torpedo tube, just in the appropriate places, and then let go of it. I think that might work better. Otherwise, when I'm moving this around, I'm going to be smearing the glue all over the place. Whereas if I put the glue on first, see if I can put this down now. Put the glue on first, then you know, this thing is so light. I mean, my breath almost moves it. Okay. Wonder if maybe one of Gabe's swabs would work better, or maybe one of Gabe's swabs without the swab. Where are we here? I'm glad I saved these now. Okay, now there's no glue on there, but I think I can probably put a small amount on very carefully here, and we're going to use the thick stuff. Okay, now I don't have all day here because this will start to dry. Okay. And here we go. It's not quite in line, is it? Maybe I should leave well enough alone here. Quit poking at it. What do you think my chances are of not breaking that off? Pretty slim, right? Okay, I think what I'm going to do for this afternoon is call her quits. Maybe I'll come back a little later and paint those other pipes this evening. We'll see what happens. If I do, it'll be in tomorrow's rollback. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.